All right, here's a good one.
Oh, you're fucking posing.
Why do these goddamn glamour shots? Why do they always tell the fucking girl to do something with her hand?
Yeah, do something with the hand. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks so fucking stupid. But they'll all do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll all do it anyway. Just like Dear Mr. Rip, spelled correctly this one time, I own a small but successful business, a CrossFit affiliate in the UK, and I'm a big fan of Starting Strength and your podcast. What would you propose the best combination of the Starting Strength principles and the CrossFit methodology would look like in a 1-hour class? I believe that strength is the most important attribute for any individual. We program the squat, press, deadlift, and clean at least once a week. We then provide a WOD, which I believe is a format you're familiar with. I've often considered how best to focus on strength development while still providing a significant conditioning piece. In a 60-minute class, our current model is working in so far as to say that all our clients are getting stronger, while their conditioning is improving, and our injury record is extremely low to negligible. However, I confess that I see the two focuses he means to be at odds with one another. Well, yes. Sot, S-O-T. Sotiris is his first name. They call him Sot, not because he's drunk, but because Sotiris is his first name. Here's the situation. One of the things that I learned a very long time ago in my CrossFit phase is that high-intensity glycolytic work done on a regular basis is absolutely antithetical to strength development. I know, or knew, a long time ago, lots of, for example, muscular CrossFit-looking women that should have been way, way stronger than they were, say, for example, on the deadlift, considering the amount of muscle mass they were carrying. And one girl in particular, dear friend of mine, PR deadlift was something like 315. And I had girls at the gym doing 365 that were not nearly as physically impressive as she was. And you can't tell by looking. I understand that. But there's not any reason why a person that trains 7 days a week shouldn't be strong enough to deadlift 365. And what it is the fact that if you do 100 air squats as the conditioning element in your training day, your 1-hour appointment, having just done a heavy set of 5, you have undone, and then some, everything you accomplished by doing a heavy weight. You have to understand conditioning, especially if it's done incorrectly, which means random and crazy and against the clock and, for competition and everything. All of that is directly and antithetical to strength acquisition. They're two separate adaptations, and they require two separate metabolic adaptations, and they don't work well together. Now, everybody that he trains, he says, is getting stronger. If you start from nothing, you're going to get stronger. But then we have to address what is optimal, all right? And he says here that he believes that strength is the most important attribute for any individual. Well, if you really believe that, Sot, why don't you train them like you believe it? Because I understand that your clients want to get hot and sweaty because you've taught them that being hot and sweaty is good. Hot, sweaty, tired is exercise. That's what we do for today. That's the part of the ticket that you punch before you send these people home that convinces them that they've gotten their money's worth from you, because you have not educated them correctly. If they're there to get stronger, make them stronger. Don't do things that you have taught them to perceive as good that are in all actuality, undoing the strength adaptation that you've tried to present to them during the course of the week. I understand what your business model is, okay? But you're not asking me a business model question. You're asking me an exercise question. And if you want to train people for strength, then that's what you do. Perhaps you and they don't understand that in the process of taking somebody from no squat for 3 sets of 5 to 185 pounds for 3 sets of 5, that conditioning is provided too. Everybody that has done 3 heavy sets of 5 across, if it's heavy, has experienced the fact that conditioning is provided by weight training. Now, turn that over on its head. Is strength provided by conditioning? No. So which do you do? Do you do the one that accomplishes both ends, or the one that accomplishes badly one of those ends? Think about this. Okay.
Can I propose a solution for SOT?
Yeah, if there is one, I'd like to hear it.
Well, I'm not. He's probably not all the way convinced himself.
He's not, or he wouldn't have phrased his question like this.
So a good way for him to start is to take his class and do a 8-week strength cycle, quote unquote.
That's really what most of these guys do.
Yeah, or set up a separate class, make it voluntary, and watch what happens. You put
and don't do any conditioning.
Linear progression, 3 days a week.
And then at the end of 2 months, you do a conditioning test.
That's right.
And guess what happens? Every single time, conditioning is improved without doing any conditioning. Every single time. We've been doing this now. I've been working with this very topic for 14 years. And every single time it's done, that's what we see, without exception. You get these people stronger, their conditioning goes up without doing any conditioning. All right?
And it's a direct application of the 2-factor model.
Yes.
Taking advantage of that 2-factor model. You take 8 weeks, 12 weeks ideally, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to convince,
if you can stand it,
yeah,
12
you
weeks.
can convince CrossFitters to give you 2 months, you probably can. You know.
Yeah, they're like talking to cyclists, pretty much. They have to get hot, sweaty, and tired, or they're just not. Right. You know, they're atoning for something. I don't know what. I'm not sure I want to know what. But they're atoning for something, and the pain is they like being sore. They've been taught that soreness is the goal, not strength improvement. Okay, that's another discussion.